Good afternoon, all. I say afternoon because we've been looking around. Well, let's back up a little. It snowed yesterday and last night. Down pretty low. Snowed down to like 2,500 feet. So we had plans on coming up here. We're at like 3,000 feet, 3,200, somewhere in there. And we weren't sure if we were going to even be able to do any mining today. Well, the spot we wanted to go to, too much snow. So we ended up on this spot because this spot's down a little lower. There's snow just on here and there, but we're in the sun, so it's all melting. So today's project is to find some gold in a spot that's not my first choice for places to go. It's going to be tough to find gold here, but I'll bet you we can do it. Okay, let me show you what we got going on. Almost forgot. We got Jeff with us today and we got Kellen with us today, and they are both way downstream detecting right now. I decided, well, let me show you why I picked this spot. Now, if you look upstream, right now the main flow is coming around here. This whole area out here is a gravel bar. Right in here is the end of that gravel bar, and right down here we have bedrock. Now, this bedrock is at the end of the gravel bar, but it's also in flood. It's going to get hit hard in here. So there's not going to be a lot of gravel, but there is gravel. Right there's a nice big rock, and they're down in here, jammed in the bedrock. There is gravel. Right in here, we have a crevice that goes all the way down to in here, and it's got gravel in here. So first plan of attack is let's get an idea of what's here. So before I get the metal detector out or anything, I'm going to clean this crevice, pan it, and that way we can see what we got in the way of black sand and all that. Give us an idea of what kind of flow we have here. Now we do have gravel jammed down in here, so that part's good. Now it's not a huge crevice, but it's definitely deep enough to hold gold. But the thing we got to look for is what's the bottom look like. Is the bottom smooth or is it rough? Okay, well that's enough to get us an idea. I'll be right back. Well, I got that panned out, and we got two things. Good looking black sand, a lot of it, and a couple of pieces of gold. Let me show you. Now, I brought the wrong pan for this, but you can see in here, we got quite a bit of black sand. We got some nice gold, but more importantly, look at the black sand. Notice how coarse it is, and there's actually chunks of it in here. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but there is some real fine gold in here, but not very much. And that's because we have the heavy black sand, so we know this area is getting hit hard when during a flood. There's some serious water coming over here. So we're not looking for fine gold here because we're not going to find much. So I'm going to break out the metal detector. Now we're going to go around and just try to find targets, and hopefully that's where the heavies are being dumped, and we can pick up a piece of gold at least big enough to pick up. All right, grab the detector and get to work. Well, I ended up with at least 4 targets. One of them sounds good, one of them, and 2 of them are definitely iron. So what we're going to do is Let's take the camera over and we'll go over each one. I'll let you hear the target, then we'll dig it up, see what it is. Okay, our first spot here, we got a crevice running along here. Up here we have a good sounding target. Right here we have an iron sounding target. Okay, see what you think. Now we have gravel packed in here pretty good, so that part's good. I'm going to pull everything down to this lower spot here. Now what we're going to do, rather than try to find the target, we're just going to try to get the crevice clean, and then we'll just pan it. Okay, well we got river wash gravel down deep, so that's good. Now as you're digging a crevice out, you pay attention to, is your gravel all the way to the bottom, and is it packed gravel all the way to the bottom? Because if you got packed gravel on top, and then as you go down it just turns into sand, loose sand, well then you know somebody's already cleaned that. But so far, this one's looking pretty good. Okay, that's not completely clean, but it's pretty good. Let's check it, see if our target's gone and in the pan. Target's in the pan. I'll be right back. Right there's our chunk of lead. And we got a little bit of gold in there. So I'm going to clean this up with the snuffer. Then we'll dig out that, what I think is an iron target. Now we'll see what's in that lower target. Now we got a problem here is we have water in this hole. And then another thing is we want to just take all this surface. We'll just take that off and get rid of it. Because there's no sense panning it, because we know there's no gold in it. Doesn't look good to me because it's just sand and I can just pull it out of the hole. So, and then we have sticks down in here. So all this top stuff, I can guarantee you there's going to be no gold in it. So we're just going to pull that out. Okay, we got enough material out of here now. Let's check it, see if we still got a target. Now if you noticed, we still got a signal at the bottom of the hole. We got a light signal in this pile and we got a heavy signal in that pile. Let's try to get rid of the water. We'll try to get down to the bottom and see if there's actually a crevice that has gravel in it that may have gold, because I'll guarantee you there's no gold in this up here. Actually now, it's not just sand, there's rocks in it now. So what I think I'm going to do is this stuff I'm loosening up, we're going to throw this in the pan, even though I can almost guarantee you we're not going to get any gold. But we'll see if we can find our target. Okay, I'm going to take this down, pan it real quick, be right back. Got that panned out. No gold, very little black sand, but we did find our target. Looks like somebody lost a nut off their dredge. We have hardly any black sand at all, and no gold at all. We're going to grab up the gear, we're going to abandon this, we have no more targets, and we're not finding any gold, so no sense wasting our time. Let's jump over here, take a look at the other two targets. Okay, well, let's see if we can find these other two targets. I forgot to mark them, but they're in here somewhere. Now, what I heard was an iron target, a good target, gold or lead. Nice, light, solid target there. These two are definitely iron. Problem we got with this one, we got water in here. So I'm going to get the pan, see if I can get rid of the water, and see how fast it comes back. If the water will stay out, then we can chase this target. If it doesn't, I don't really want to waste the time it's going to take to work it, because you're going to have to work a little bit, get rid of the water, work a little bit, get rid of the water, and it just takes too darn long. Worse is back now. Yeah, I'm not even seeing a crevice here. It's just basically a low spot. Yeah, there's no gravel at all in here. Okay, no sense wasting our time on that one. Let's go over to this one. Now we have this one's kind of hidden under the moss here. Let's see if this turns into a crevice. Well, it looks like we have a crevice, and it does have some river gravel in it. Now, the more I'm digging on this one, the more I'm liking it, because this gravel is really packed in here. Now, even though our target is over here, as long as we got good packed gravel, we'll just keep going. Because we still don't know, the target could just be a piece of lead. But as long as you have good gravel, it's worth taking a look. Well, that's pretty much all we're going to get out of that crack. Okay, I'm going to take this down, pan it, be right back. We got gold. Actually, we have a piece of lead. We got a piece of gold. Well, we have two pieces. Let me show you. Now, I don't know if our target was the lead or the gold, because they're pretty close to the same size. So I'm calling that a piece of gold found with the metal detector. And then we got another little piece here, and there's a few crumbs down in here. All I know for sure, I get ice cream. That's big enough. And I have no idea how Jeff and Kellen are doing. I can see them, but they're 150 yards downstream. But they haven't been moving a lot, so hopefully they're finding gold. Okay, I'm gonna check this other target real quick. Don't have much hope for it either. So we'll check that. If that's iron, then we'll continue hitting this area with the metal detector. Well, it's been a couple of hours, and I managed to find a couple pieces of lead, a fish hook, and that was about it. A few pieces of fine gold with the lead. But Jeff and Kellen finally showed up. I guess they decided they wanted to come up here where there was some gold. Now we decided right in here is where I found the one piece of gold, so we decided we're gonna work this spot, see if these guys can come up with a piece of gold. Now I wanted to show you my last target, which might be my best target, a fish hook. If I just had some fishing line. Because that looks like a really good spot to catch a nice trout. Well, it's been quite a while. Jeff and Kellen just dug up a small piece of gold over here. I decided to move a bunch of rocks, and I got one that's trying to read down here. And I'm thinking this is going to be my last target, because it's getting late. Well, I finally got that target in the pan, and I think my target was a chunk of iron, but we got gold in here too. Let me show you. I think that was my target, but that's a decent piece there, and then we got some other ones with it. Okay, well, I'm gonna put this in a snuffer bottle, pack all my gear up, try to figure out where I left my sweatshirt because the sun's gone behind a hill and it's getting cold fast. Okay, well, if we don't find anything else, I think I'll see you back at the house. Now, we're gonna detect our way out of here. If we turn up something good, I'll turn the camera back on. Back at the house, and you guessed it, it's the next day. Well, I got that gold cleaned up, so what do you say we jump over the scale and see how we did? Okay, we're just gonna dump it all on there. Well, it looks like we ended up with 0.72 grams or 0.46 pennyweight, almost half a pennyweight. Half pennyweight? I'm okay with that. Matter of fact, this time of year, with the river so high, we're stuck on the banks, I'm glad to come home with anything. Because those banks are getting pretty worked, because we haven't had a flood in 20 years. Well, this time of year is a great time of year to do some exploring. And that's what we're going to do next trip out. There's a gully I've been wanting to check out. In the summer, there's no water coming down the gullies, these little ones. And so all you can do is detect. Well, the gully may have all kinds of gold, but nothing large enough for the detector to pick up. So this time of year, you can go up, you can do a little crevicing, a little panning, a little detecting, and you can check it out a lot better with a gold pan. The gold pan allows you to look at the gravel better, see if there's fine gold in there. It just gives you an overall better feeling what's going on in that gully. So I'm thinking, let's go check some gullies out. Or at least that's my plan. Well, that's all I got on this one. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.